Here we have eastern white pine. This is Michigan's state tree, so it's a pretty important one to know. Really easy to identify. The needles of the eastern white pine are very soft. They're in groups of 5. We call that fascicles of 5. So if you just go right next to the twig and follow the needles down to where they meet the twig, you'll see a little papery sheath almost around it, and the needles will be bunched together at that point in a group of 5 needles. So that's a pretty easy way to distinguish this from any other pine, that and that the needles are just so soft. It gets to be pretty tall, pretty long-lived. In Michigan, up in these parts, probably around a couple hundred years most often. The books will tell you 450, and there are some specimens that have lived that long, but on average it's a little bit lower than that. You can see the bark here. Gets to be pretty dark gray, really broad, shallow fissures. Used to be a really important tree from a lumber standpoint. Nowadays, not so much. There's a little bit of cutting going on, but red pine has mostly overtaken white pine. But it's just a beautiful tree, great for wildlife and wildlife habitat. Eastern white pine.